Early Tuesday morning, the Twitter account belonging to Nancy Lee Grahn, Alexis Davis, General Hospital, was hacked and began posting racist and anti-government rhetoric, along with updating the profile image to something resembling a shirtless and buffed-up Donald Trump with pro-Trump postings. The hacker also changed Grahn's profile description, which read, "If Trump has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If Trump has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Trump has only 1 fan, then that is me." Without question, it was obvious the post didn't come from the actress. The hack reportedly occurred at around 4:00 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Tuesday, June 20, with the hacker's first tweet stating, "The FBI is after me. They deleted my pinned tweet and are currently investigating me. I'm scared for my life. Someone please help me. I don't know what Toto." That tweet received over 37,000 views at the time a screen grab was pulled by Soap Opera Network earlier today. Another tweet, claiming Grahn had quit General Hospital, also received a significant amount of views. It stated, "No longer a part of a General Hospital. I'm sorry to all the fans this may upset, but I feel like it's time to move on to bigger and better things, Nancy." In a later tweet, the hacker used the N-word to indicate they are back posting after attempting to assure fans they were Grahn, who had seemingly just gotten the account back, while blaming Twitter user at Wubsnet for the hack itself. "Hey everyone, I'm sorry about all the tweets from earlier. My account was hacked by Wubsnet, and I just got it back. Deleting the tweets now, but it may take a while." The tweet read just before the N-word tweet was posted by the hacker. A tweet published at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time seems to indicate that Grahn has regained access to her Twitter account at Nancy Lee Grahn. In the post, Grahn says, "Hi friends, regrettably and quite obviously my account was recently hacked, and I sincerely apologize for any harmful rhetoric that was shared without my consent." At press time, the real Grahn's tweet has been viewed just over 15,000 times. Additionally, the profile image for the account has returned to one resembling Grahn, and the racist, anti-government, and pro-Trump tweets have since been deleted. In response to the real Grahn's tweet on regaining her account, Twitter user at RB33399 said, "I thought you were leaving GH, and I was very upset." Grahn responded to the tweet, saying, "I would never do that to you or me." Yvette Nicole Brown, who appeared on General Hospital as a nurse to help celebrate the life of her real-life friend, the late Sonia Eddy, Epiphany Johnson, helped lead the charge in fans informing Twitter of Grahn's hacked account so that the actress could get her account back. In a tweet, Brown said, "Dear at General Hospital and fans of Nancy Lee Grahn, please report her page is hacked. No tweets originating from her page right now are actually from her. Please help her get control back. And yes, I know with the current ownership this hacking may be by design." On Friday, Soap Opera Network and Deadline published extensive articles about the ongoing WGA strike and how soap opera actors will continue working on their respective shows even with a potential actors' strike looming. In response to Deadline's piece, General Hospital star Nancy Lee Grahn, Alexis Davis, pointed out on Twitter that even though she has some issues with the dueling SAG-AFTRA contracts, TV/theatrical versus network television code, she fully supports the WGA strike and voted to authorize a SAG-AFTRA strike should there be one. "I've been a member of SAG and AFTRA, now SAG/AFTRA since 1976. I fully support WGA strike and voted to authorize a SAG/AFTRA strike," said Grahn over a series of tweets. "It pained me to cross a picket line on weed. I pulled over and explained that I work under netcode, a contract I have many issues with, but must abide by. We're required to work regardless of actor strike or be in breach of contract. Daytime actors pay top-tier dues, as much as say Ted Lasso cast and Succession cast, who make infinitely more than us, and yet most of us voted to strike due fairness to the greater good and because we believe in unions. We believe, with some exceptions, in ours. We believe that what the writers and actors are asking for is correct and just. I stand by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA in these current negotiations. And every day I must go to work. I know that thousands of others cannot while they sacrifice their collective livings for what is right and just. I will continue to post on their behalf and walk with them, because short of that right now, it's all that I know to do. The current TV/theatrical contract concludes on June 30, and should a deal not be met, SAG-AFTRA has been authorized by its members to strike, effective July 1. The National Code of Fair Practice for Network Television Broadcasting, also known as the Network Television Code, covers morning news shows, talk shows, serials, soap operas, variety, reality, game shows, sports, and promotional announcements, including such programs as Good Morning America, Tamron Hall, The Young and the Restless, Jeopardy, Saturday Night Live, The Voice, So You Think You Can Dance, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the Academy Awards, and the Super Bowl, among a host of others. The current contract was signed in 2022, retroactive to July 1, 2021. Contract runs through July 2024. Highlights from the contract include general wage increases of 3% per year retroactive to July 1, 2021, applicable to most rates. A 1% benefit fund contribution rate increase split 60% to the SAG-AFTRA health plan and 40% to the AFTRA retirement fund. For primetime award shows and entertainment specials, producers are now required to provide transportation to and lodging at broadcast centers in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Washington, D.C., which are presently exceptions to transportation and lodging obligations for all types of programming. Required lodging or transportation when exhaustion or inclement weather prevents safe driving. Greatly improved nudity and simulated sex provisions that match the achievements made in the 2020 TV/theatrical contracts negotiation. Substantial increases for dancers on primetime variety shows and award shows in the extra rehearsal rate, from $30 to $40, and overtime rates, from $45 for primetime variety and $48 for award show rehearsal days to $55 for both, including a new $70 overtime rate for hours in excess of 12 in a day. Notice of authorized rehearsals required to be given to dancers to enable dancers and the union to surface and resolve disputes over whether rehearsals are covered. Singers now receive doubling pay at 50% of the applicable dancer program fee when required to learn complex choreography. Where there are more than 2 weeks of rehearsal for an award show or primetime entertainment special, rehearsal pay is due bi-weekly instead of after show day. First ever requirement to pay scale, set at the same as traditional media scale, for promotional announcements made for new media with an additional 15% due for use beyond 13 weeks. First ever requirement of additional compensation, set at 15% of minimum fee, for reuse beyond 13 weeks of a traditional media promotional announcement reused in new media. Automatic $14 additional compensation for background actors and stand-ins required to work in artificially generated rain or smoke, excluding herbal cigarettes, when not able to wear appropriate swim, surf, or snow gear. Stand-in minimum calls significantly increased. According to SAG-AFTRA, the Network Television Code generates more than $200 million a year in covered member earnings and includes programming in nearly all non-primetime and all non-dramatic primetime television, as well as digital media. In response to Grahn's tweets, Twitter user at Mulligan_Steph said, "Thanks for your words of solidarity. I'm a member of Actors Equity and of IATSE. It would pain me to cross a line too. Keep raising your voice. Every union voice matters." User at Ordinary Fool NJ commented, "After 1,521 stands with the WGA fight. Our members have walked at Sony in solidarity with the WGA. Whether you can participate or not, glad you're on the side of unions." Grahn's tweets received just under 85,000 combined views at press time. Nancy Lee Grahn, General Hospital, has been tested positive for COVID, the actress announced in an Instagram post on Friday, January 6. While sharing a picture of herself lying up in bed, Grahn captioned her post, saying, "Why anyone would willingly and cavalierly put themselves into a position to catch or spread COVID is so unquestionably stupid regarding their own health and thoughtless regarding others. 96% of planes have passengers with COVID. Very few people are masked anywhere now. Americans have made it clear they don't want to be inconvenienced by them. Oh, but unfortunately it's not over yet. Thankfully, science has found ways to mitigate a lot of dangers, but still to not do our part in preventing the spread of it is callous. No one knows how COVID is going to land on you. In any case, it ain't fun and you don't want it. At the very least, keep our masks on in public places. For 2, I'll be fine. Just thought a visual of what COVID looks like in a relatively good scenario would be motivating. Scare you into putting our masks back on. Sorry, the video player failed to load. Error code 101,102. The actress received numerous supportive comments, including Christian LeBlanc, the young and the restless, who responded to the news with heart emojis. General Hospital co-star Tabyana Ali, Trina, said, "Feel better soon." Former Santa Barbara co-star and Martinez commented, "So sorry, sister. Been there, and just gotta say, your voice throughout the siege has been a great inspiration to those of us, like my family, who refuse to roll over to vigilance fatigue. We don't know what's down the road, but letting this thing hang around, 'cause it's easier than resisting it, seems insane. Much love to you, homegirl. May you get well soon." Rebecca Boutte, "All my children," et al., stated, "Feel better, Nancy. It's intense out there." With the show still on holiday break, it's unlikely producers will have to temporarily recast the role of Alexis like they were forced to do in March of last year when actress Stephanie Erbs stepped in for Grahn over several episodes after she took time off for back surgery. Grahn returned to work in late April and was back on air in May. Earlier this month, Santa Barbara co-creator and co-head writer Bridget Dobson died. She was 85 years old. Dobson was the daughter of the late Frank and Doris Hursley, co-creators of General Hospital. She had been married to her husband Jerome Dobson since 1961. Together, they co-created Santa Barbara for NBC, which aired from 1984 to 1993 and won 3 consecutive Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Daytime Drama Series, 1988, 1989, 1990. In a social media post following the news of Dobson's death, General Hospital star Nancy Lee Grahn, Alexis Davis, shared her sentiments about working with the veteran soap opera writer on Santa Barbara, where Grahn portrayed Julia Wainwright Catwell and won her first Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, tied with Debbie Morgan from All My Children. On Instagram, Grahn said, "Bridget Dobson and her husband Jerry hired me to play the most curious, absorbing, complex, inspiring character of my career. Realizing the role of Julia Wainwright, having the privilege of feeling my way through this beautifully constructed character's relationship with herself and others was life-altering for me. It advanced me as an actress and a woman. It introduced 140-some countries to me and me to them, and it set the path to a career that has so far lasted 38 years. The effect just one person can have on your life is quite extraordinary. Rest in greatness, Bridget, and thank you." Also remembering Dobson was Anne Martinez, who portrayed Cruz Castillo on the soap opposite Marcy Walker, who portrayed Eden Capwell. In a post on Facebook, Martinez stated, "Bridget and her husband Jerry eventually ascended into the realm of legend. As is always the case with great writers who will not be denied, their obsession to build their own world and share it delivered emotional medicine for years to millions of people around the world, and the power of that medicine lingers to this day. Thank you, Bridget. May a warm wind carry you always." In 1990, Martinez won a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for his portrayal of Cruz on Santa Barbara. Lane Davies, who played Mason Capwell, love interest to Grahn's Julia, said on Instagram, "Bridget was possessed of an indomitable spirit, irrepressible creativity, and a truly wicked sense of humor. Together with her husband of 60-plus years, Jerry, she gave us some of the most memorable moments and characters in the history of daytime television. She will be sorely missed by all who were lucky enough to have known her." In addition to Santa Barbara, Dobson worked as a writer and later as co-head writer of General Hospital, working alongside her husband. After exiting the writer's room at the ABC soap in 1975, the Dobsons would later take over writing duties for Guiding Light And finally, As the World Turns, before the two made plans to retire in the early 1980s. Incidentally, before that could happen, NBC reached out to the Dobsons, asking them to create a brand new daytime soap opera that they would own and have full creative control over. NBC TV called to ask if we were to own a show, if we were to be in complete charge of every creative aspect of the show, from sets and costumes and hairstyles and music to every minute detail of the production, acting and writing. Would we be willing to work again? Nobody in history had ever been asked this question. Not before and not since. Dobson